waiting for us, Joffrey.
I know. That's why I pressed the go live button.
It's not
So,
live.
but yeah, but it just takes time. You have to
Don't
be patient.
deliver crunk.
You have to be patient. You see, it's a fidgety thing. The stream.
It's up now.
See, it's live now. And speaking of being live, greetings and welcome. I'm Joffrey, and with me, not actually with me, because you're not here, but Dark, is Light and Vector Maximus are present in this call, and we're talking about South Africa. And you may say that South Africa has been, or that Africa in general has been disappointing so far, Evie. But now we're talking about South Africa, and South Africa is where Yako lives, and Yako is a based member of the Realms in Exile dev team, so obviously that area is going to be really cool, right? I'm sure. But the fact that today they've lumped in Central, Eastern, and Southern Africa is not the greatest sign, especially since looking at what this image right now, there's a big old lot of empty. So let's see what's going on. Before we start, let me remind you all that societies of pops are far from final. We are aware of the emptiness of this rich continent and are working on adding many more societies of pops in the future. That said, let's go. Oh boy, if they aren't able to have Societies of Pops be playable by release, it's gonna be so sad because so much of the map is gonna be empty compared to any other Paradox game before. Oh.
Good. I love having to pay to play a certain country.
Yes. I love having one country in Central Africa. Because that's what it looks like we've got. Oh boy! Ooh. This is rough, buddy.
You got great Zimbabwe though.
Yeah, other than Katara waterbending it up in the Great Lakes, which we talked about last time. Inland, we've just got Zimbabwe. Great Zimbabwe, yay! Oh boy. Wait, Makwa, what are you doing with all of this land conveniently just barely not touching the coast? That must suck. Huh. I guess they'll explain to us.
The good thing is Kilwa is a thing, so we can have it that the Sultan of Oman lives in Zanzibar now.
Yes. Well, let's see what the dev diary actually says about the region then.
Here's the Societies of Pops.
Ah. And
And
Zimbabwe.
they said they'll probably end up adding more. So
Yes, these are far from final. And that's interesting that these are far from final because these already cover a lot of this map. This is already a ton of this region that actually has Societies of Pops in them, which theoretically will eventually be playable. So that already covers a lot of it. You have, again, for example, Zimbabwe is complete. Wait. Zimbabwe's in the middle of it. Never mind.
Yeah.
It's surrounded by a bunch of them, but they aren't, at least for now, inside Zimbabwe, except a little bit on the western side. Well, that's good for Zimbabwe. At least they at least have control of their own pops. Hey. But, eek. I wonder which one of these end up having the most people. I'll have to look at the population map to see which of these societies has the most pops in them.
You will see soon.
Yes. It's just so... Wait, even societies... Yeah, there aren't even that many countries in the Congo even with societies counted in. Congo's kind of empty and small. Well, that's not great for playing there. In EU4, you're able to play in the region, unite it, and you've got a decent amount of development and such, and you're an actual
But now,
sort of power, but
it's basically just there to be colonized at the
yeah,
moment.
that is probably, we'll see in a second, but that is probably one area. Oh. There are hubs of countries in today's maps, approximately one per region. In Central Africa, we have the polities of Mabanza Mabata, Mabanza Congo, Bungu, Tsundi, Mombor, Mpemba. Some of them, led by Mabanza Congo, would historically unite and create the Kingdom of Congo, which would be the most relevant and would give its name to the entire region. There are some other peoples around them, such as Soyo, Ovimbudu, Chokwe, Lunda, Luba, Kuba, and Lega. Meanwhile, in Eastern Africa, a sultanate has been created from Kilwa Kisawani, expanding throughout the coast and becoming a key trading power in the Indian Ocean. To the south, we have Great Zimbabwe. I love that it just has "great" before the name. Great Zimbabwe is wonderful.
It's Zimbabwe.
A polity created by the Shona people around the settlement of that name. Around them, and even more to the south, we have plenty of societies of pops. And finally, we have the Malagasy people. What the heck is up with my thumb? Um, the Malagasy people settled in Madagascar, which is organized in several polities across the island. Some final words. As usual, please take the extension of the Societies of Pops as work in progress. As mentioned, since we presented them, we've gotten to review them, which we'll do at the same time as the map review. So, theoretically, they'll be continuing to add more Societies of Pops over time. But please make them playable, though. Please.
No,
Please.
DLC.
No. None of that's Kilwa. I just realized this is all
Nope.
Probably can become Kilwa pretty easy though.
probably can become Kilwa pretty easily. Yeah. Actually, maybe they're a subject. What are they? What was this
That
country?
might make sense considering the shared color. Yeah, I wouldn't be shocked if those were Kilwa vassals.
MOZ makes the name Mozambique stick to mind, but I don't know where that name comes from. I just know that that's a thing that exists. Mozambique.
It's a country in that general area.
Yeah.
Oh, I am fetching for the right name then. Nice. But
Mhm.
this over here, it's a different name. So all of these are a different thing.
Yeah.
MANT. And there's Mozambique. There's MAL. So it looks like Kilwa has a bit of a vassal swarm. Just little
Yeah,
shitter
really
trading
small
cities.
vassals, while they're probably
Yeah,
stretching a little bit more
trading
farther.
cities and outposts, I imagine.
Mm-hmm. All nice and ready to start colonizing Madagascar. Hey! Oh boy. Poor Madagascar. I bet Kilwa is probably a really neat game. I don't want to say easy, but it's probably a very neat
Yeah,
game.
I imagine it'd be a great game to play around with trade mechanics. I wonder how they're going to represent the Indian Ocean Triangle trade.
Mm-hmm.
East Africa, India, and then Indonesia.
Because there's one trade node in North Africa at game start, and Kilwa probably has. Kilwa, I imagine, dominates the trade down here in general. There's probably just one trade node for all of this area, and that's Kilwa.
I think they've got a map that's trade.
Well, they will, but yes,
On the diary.
they will, but yeah, just because while we're talking about Kilwa as a country, what that's probably like, it's interesting to think about that. Though I would not be surprised if there is one small one in Madagascar somewhere. I don't expect there will be, but there could be. They didn't mention what like Zimbabwe, these countries next to Zimbabwe are, because there's these INH and SOF.
They did.
Dynasties. don't care. They're yeah, again, again, some are historical ones, as in like, and by that you mean the Congo and and Kilwa
Probably, maybe Great Zimbabwe.
at most. Yeah,
Yeah, those are vassals. Because if you look at the dynastic map mode, they have different colors.
you're right.
Yeah, good spot, Dark.
That is a very clever way of pointing that out, indeed. So yeah, Kilwa does just have a bunch of little gremlin children that are all around the coast. Hmm. Locations. I'm curious to see how this differs from the northeast corner of Africa. Actually, quite dense in the middle. Huh.
It differs significantly from EU4 because it doesn't have that massive uninhabitable waste directly north of Cape Town.
Oh
It's a bit
yeah.
more nuanced this time.
South Africa actually has room for people to exist. It doesn't have like 4 counties and then wasteland. Madagascar is also dense. Really dense.
They still have that little wasteland northwest of South Africa, except with like the one drop-off point, though, technically.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's much more nuanced than it was in EU4.
On how it actually connects to something.
This is way better. This is like I'm so glad this is yet another case of you take Arguin and make it actually feel like it isn't out of place, because the way Arguin feels in EU4, it just does, it feels wrong. It does not feel like it should exist. Same as that, again, that one little drop off point. It's like, why does that exist? What? It's like in Anbanar when you've got the stalwart outpost. Like the one, I mean, I know that's there for plot reasons, but still, like, it's that kind of thing. Where it's the one county is like, but why is this important? But anyway, this is really neat.
There's no reason.
You can actually. Was South Africa really that empty? What do you mean? Oh, like was it really that empty in EU4? Yes, in EU4 it was. It was in EU4. South Africa was slash is basically just between 4 and 6 counties. They're all really big counties too. So they're not like they're not small at all. Like they're rather sizable, the amount of space they take up on the map individually, and they're just surrounded by wasteland basically. There's this small little way that you can sneak out into Zimbabwe in the east, but that's it. It feels really weird, man. But here, yeah, it actually feels like it's a part of the continent. Whoa! This map of Africa makes it look like it was drawn from the perspective of we're trying to make a world map and not just, we're trying to make a map of Europe and then carve up the rest of the world on the map in a way so that it's interesting to colonize. Oh, you mean the political map of this? Yeah, the political map of this? Literally nothing. Yeah. Literally nothing here in EU5, other than you've got the Xhosa people. Where's Jaco? Where's Jaco when you need him? Jaco! Jaco, explain! Explain South Africa lore, Jaco. But yeah, other than that, there's just the Xhosa if you're talking about what you think of when you imagine South Africa. Because I mean, when I think South Africa, I think just the tip. But yeah, it very much blurs the line here. Right. I oh, get rid of that. I just yeah. I just like this is the point. I think that they're doing a much better job with locations in places that aren't in Europe in EU5 because there's a lot more nuance to it. There's places in even here South Africa and like the middle of South Africa that is that reminds me of how like you'll find counties looking in Europe, even though there's no countries actually there right now. So I, I, I yeah, I don't know much about African languages, Jordan, but I know that yeah, there's some people that have a clicking sound in their spoken language, which is interesting. Provinces. And no, Congo is they're split between a few regions. Hey, nice. Yeah, I mean areas. Hmm.
Glorious Madagascar.
Yes. This is still. Wait.
I
Province.
could see a Madagascar playthrough ending up kind of like a Switzerland or a Great Britain playthrough now that I think about it.
Hmm. Switzerland, where you just, as in you just sit there on the island.
You make yourself an island fortress. You know, you build up a trade zone that is only your island, and you shut the rest of the world out. Island Wakanda, I guess. Could be interesting. Yeah, Madagascar, the true Lemuria.
No, no. That's the that's better than just insert. Yes, Wakanda number 15, Lemuria.
I don't know that reference.
Correct answer. It's
Claim the Lemurian Empire.
it's one of your classic just sunken continents.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I understand. Not really.
Like Mu. You know the lost continent of Mu.
I'll drop something in the chat.
Okay. So, I thought that provinces were the what? Provinces and areas. I think I've completely forgotten what the difference is between huh. I thought that these are called regions or I don't know. Anyway, southern Africa coastline as it goes directly across Karoo because it's so big.
Poseidon continues his conquests.
Oh, goodness. Oh. I see Madagascar has this one right in the middle. The Malagasy. Yes, I've heard Malagasy before. I think that's the capital of Madagascar. The Malagasy Highlands. I know I've heard the name Malagasy before.
It's the name of the dominant ethnic group.
Oh, it's the people. Okay.
Yes.
The Malagasy Highlands is the middle, which is kind of funny to think that they really do have a big it's a very important distinction in EU5 between coastline and not, for the sake of stuff like control. So it is interesting that the Highlands are distinct like that. I'll have to think about that. Denmark will colonize Madagascar. Oh, James, you'll have to compete. See, there's a couple polls on our Discord server, and the polls seem to have, or at least one of them has it in his head that Poland should colonize Madagascar. So I don't know. I guess you'll have to race for it. Not that Poland's really going to be able to compete with Denmark in the colonial race. Just want the sea areas name. Oh, he's establishing the fact that yes, this is a bug. I don't know where the South Africa coastline name would show up then. I guess you need to have it say Southern Africa coastline. Woo! Cornish Italy, not the Cornish Italy again. No. No. Cornish, Italy, not this again. Hmm. Terrain. Cold, arid. I mean, surely cold, arid is more pleasant than warm, arid, though, at least, right? At least it's a dry. Well,
Because at least you're not dying while it's dry.
yeah. I want to be. I want to be in a. If I'm gonna be hot, I want to be in a dry heat. This is being in the jungle. But yeah, it's interesting to look at the distinction. There's a lot of diversity due to. I guess because I know South Africa. I mean, well, where's the terrain? Where's the terrain? There we go. Topography. Yeah, there's a lot of just hills and mountains in various places in South Africa. So it really causes the rainfall and climate, temperature and such all to be very whack, just differentiated little bits here and there around the Cape, I guess. Because I think the Cape is around that oceanic region.
Yep.
Antarctica is cold and is cold, arid in places. Oh.
I can't wait until they reveal that they're adding Antarctica.
Yeah,
It'll be so cool.
I can't wait for all the societies of pops that are going to be in Antarctica.
All the various penguin tribes.
Mm-hmm.
Just you wait, the great penguin hosts will come, and they will spawn with a great conqueror.
Yeah, see, they have Jan Mayen to invade the northern hemisphere, but now they need an alternative to invade the southern hemisphere.
And you got to type in the command "penguin has landed," and then
Exactly.
they spawn.
He gets it.
Man has a vision.
I see that since they changed it from marsh to wetlands, they really have been able to add a lot more counties that have the wetlands, which is interesting.
Yeah, I think it was absolutely the right call.
Mm-hmm. And I think that yeah, with it, I think it's also not been a bad idea. The more that I see where hills are popping up as they've expanded across the map, I'm starting to think that yeah, it probably was the right call the way that they've handled doing hills and mountains and such, because it's caused there's a nice diversity of types of terrain like this. Just the plateau, that's crazy.
Yeah.
So even if some places feel a little more lacking in it, it's I think when you see places like this, I think that it's probably the right call. But I'm realizing that I do have to leave for work soon, so I better speed this up.
Better wrap it up, yeah.
Forests, yeah. You get some nice, interesting visuals here as the jungle turns into forest, turns into woods as you get more arid. I really like that, and I'm gonna have to use that as inspiration when it comes to my own mapping. But I'm very excited to see how this looks actually, like when you zoom in on whatever the terrain map looks like, you know. And then the deserts there are interesting too, of course. Sparse and desert. Natural harbors, nice, nice. Shockingly, there's a couple good harbors around the Cape. Whoa!
Who would have thought?
But there's plenty of good harbors around here where if someone was trying to exert control over the coastline, you could pretty effectively and without spending too much on it, if you controlled all of these points, that is, exert your control.
What are those people we see on the horizon coming over the sea?
I don't know. I don't know.
They're weird.
There's listen, like just give them.
For some reason, they keep crossing two sticks.
Just like give them that harbor there to set up a port in, and I'm sure they'll be fine because all they want to do is trade, they say, and talk about their weird stick they keep holding up. Culture. Herrero. Jeez. This is a lot. I should not be surprised, but just wow. Oh, there's a corridor up there I didn't notice. Huh. That's neat. Some of these cultures are so tiny. Oh my god. That's crazy. I mean, there's not a
Well,
whole lot to
nobody can say that they haven't put in the work
They
for
have
the cultures here.
they have put in the work. There's not much that can be said about this other than whoa.
Drop the paint. Who dropped the paint?
A lot of paint. Look, just a little dude in here that's surrounded by three really large cultures. Oh, and then this one is split here. It's crazy. And then this is why Madagascar is the correct one to be playing, because even Kilwa just this is a real fixer upper. Madagascar though, no, you just unite Madagascar, and then you could start slowly working on cleaning this up as you expand from their colonizing. This is okay, one step at a time.
Just put one foot in front of the other.
And soon you'll be walking across the floor.
Men of culture, indeed.
You'll be walking out the door.
Brought back such memories. Oh gosh, the Burger
It's
Meister
been
Meister
so
Burger.
long since I've seen that. It has been so long.
Dark, where are we putting the Burger Meister Meister Burger?
I do not know, man.
You have to include him.
He must be land. He must be a land like an extraterritorial nation.
Goal is to stop toys.
Yes.
All toys.
All costs.
Toys. Okay.
No cost too great.
Oh, Swahili. That's a name I recognize. I know that name. Swahili. Alright. Moving along though. Whoa, what a thrilling religious map. Oh gosh, Killam is not actually as Muslim as I thought.
Yet.
It's a bit of a fixer-upper there too.
It's pretty early on. That's why Sunni isn't very widespread.
But, interesting to note, that country that's split up into these three little dots on the south is very Muslim. So it's some sort of Muslim colony of Malagasy people. Huh. Very interesting. But, of course, yeah, placeholder map mode. I will be very much looking forward to see how they divvy this up. Because, wow, the culture map is horrifying as always.
It's incredibly curious to me because I'm looking it up now, and modern-day Madagascar has only like 3% Muslim. It's basically 90% Christian. So
the Muslim colonies didn't have a happy ending, it would seem.
Yeah, they just didn't take. Yeah.
I don't know enough about. It's been a while since I learned about the queen that they had during the time when they were getting colonized.
I know the one you're talking about. Yeah.
But I don't remember enough about her. I don't even know what her religion was, for example. Like, I know she was very interesting, but oh god, it's all lumber. Always has been. Tree. Right, but
lots of gold.
There's
side.
Yeah, there's a lot of gold on the east side, and it keeps going.
Zimbabwe.
It actually is in a lot of places on the east side. Various all over the place in clumps. Huh. I wonder how useful that is for Zimbabwe. Oh gosh, I forgot. There's some up in the lakes too. Wow. Oh, there's amber. Yeah, there's amber in various places here too.
Gold.
Sturdy grains are
They have,
terrible though.
They have like no actual wheat or grain or anything.
Yeah. Sturdy grains are actively bad, by the way. They're just way worse than wheat.
Oof. Like in Congo, they have like no food.
Fish is good. Fruit?
I mean, I'm more waiting for like the Society of Pops.
Oh.
Because
Fruit?
you
No,
got
no.
wild
I'm bringing
game.
up fruit because fruit is actually the worst food. It is only good because of people wanting it for whatever reason. It is actually terrible. It produces no food. Like it's
Wow,
terrible.
fruit orchards aren't effective at feeding mass populations.
Shocking, I know. Sturdy
Yeah,
grains are better, but
in terms of land mass per calorie output, fruit is particularly things like apples and such are not the best.
but and unfortunately there doesn't appear to be any rice. But
Why would there be rice in Africa at this
Yeah, there
point?
is. There's rice in the East Coast.
is there?
Is there? Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I
look
see
where.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a bit.
Oh yeah,
Huh.
yeah. Rice is
I
the
am
best.
being completely wrong. I had no idea that there was rice in East Africa at this point.
We have
Rice
some trade
is
with India and China. It's not surprising.
Yeah,
by a
is a
margin
different
the best.
cultivation.
Oh, Madagascar has a shit ton of it. Okay, Madagascar is going to be able to support a lot of people from that. Well, what was the vegetation? Forest,
Madagascar,
grassland,
for the most part, has what it needs.
climate. Damn, yeah, Madagascar is going to actually be good. Because I'm pretty sure I remember rice is like almost 50% better than wheat, and wheat's already good. It's like it's just insane how valuable rice is for just producing lots of food.
Just wait until we get potatoes.
Oh yeah, fruit probably is going to be a production method option for alcohol. Yeah. That obviously, of course, because that's like grapes. That's including things like grapes. So
Just wait until we get corn and it destroys the land that it's grown on.
nice. I can't wait. We're still doing that in southern Alberta all the time. Very fond of lots of corn.
We have fertilizers these days. It shouldn't be that bad.
Yeah, I mean, and we swap out
It
the
was
crops.
before they had lots of fertilizers that it was really bad.
We
It's
do
still
swap
not great.
Okay, so this is
Some people describe these as the Attack on Titan walls, and I can't think of them as anything else.
Wow, yeah.
the
Reminds me of Elder Scrolls, like where they just have mountains in like the convenient places to divvy up the regions.
Yeah.
huh.
Da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
I didn't realize. What? What? Huh?
Wait. Zoom in on that. Is Congo cut off from the east?
No, the location. This is what the location map looks like. This is what the
Why
markets
does that
look
look
like.
off?
Why is this?
Yeah, that's what. There's currently a bug in the trade map,
Okay.
I believe. And that's
Alright.
what's causing these Attack on Titan walls.
Okay.
I thought those were just very conveniently placed wasteland.
I think
No.
the Attack on Titan walls is a good way of describing this. Yeah. Oh God. But
We
rest
even
in
almost
peace
got
to
Maria, Sophia, or whatever they're called. Sofala.
rest in peace to Madagascar at game start though. You're just submissive to
Kilwa colony.
Yeah. Kilwa colony number 3. You got to unite that and solidify your own market and take out Kilwa.
To be fair, it's probably real easy to make markets in this area considering how bad they all are.
What? No.
I imagine at the instant a European sits down in Cape, there's going to be a new market right there.
I don't think that there
Look
is...
at how dark Madagascar is.
Faba Bozu. I don't think there's a country there. There's no country there.
Yeah, there's not.
It's just Sotho people. Holy. Madagascar is submissive and breedable. Yeah.
Seek help.
No population distribution. We found... Okay. I do need to be going right away, though. Okay, that's all for today. Next week, there will be 2 Tinto maps? On Monday?
Oh, the map review
Oh, there would be
for
two Cinto maps.
Eastern Europe, basically.
Have you Poland with you? And on Friday, okay. So on Friday they're showing us Arabia, and on Monday they're showing us the reviews of other stuff. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's not enough to do. It's not even remotely enough to do its own
No.
video on.
I
But
am-
yeah,
I'm so sad. This almost certainly means that the Inca are going to be like the last thing they show.
Yeah, New World
Oh.
is absolutely going to be the last thing shown.
Yeah.
It's going to be Arabia next week, and then I imagine it's going to be Mesopotamia and Iran after that, and then we'll jump into India.
India, yes, India.
Mhm.
Probably like Central Asia, and then maybe India after that.
True.
East, and then we're probably going to start with North America once we get to the Western Hemisphere, I imagine.
Please,
Probably.
please, North America. Start from the West Coast, maybe including Alberta.
We're not going to.
There's no
I
Blackfoot.
There's probably no black. I imagine they're going to be starting like in the north. They're going to be
Yeah.
working their way down from Greenland.
In the north, like in the northwest. Yeah, and they move their way down from the northwest. Okay.
Honestly, I mean, if Canada is really boring, they'd probably do at least a big chunk of it at once.
You shut your mouth. East Coast U.S. No, no. I do want to see it though. All jokes aside, I really want to see what North America looks like. I want to see what all the Americas look like. But yeah, it's probably going to be the absolute last area that they show us. So, hey, but if we're lucky, super ultra lucky, maybe they'll have figured something out for Societies of Pops by then, and we'll get to see that. Yeah, maybe.
X doubt.
X a doubt.
Keep
Yeah.
smoking the opium.
I will keep smoking that opium and copium.
Honestly, I'm satisfied about the building one, the building countries. That's the one I wanted the most, and
Yeah.
that's the one I got.
I'll be satisfied with the fact that they want to make them playable. So eventually, they theoretically will be. That's all I need. I'm still gonna smoke the hopium, and I'm gonna smoke the copium once I find out that it doesn't work. But for now, I need to be going so that I can stand for the next several hours in a single spot, watching nothing happen at the store that I'm being a security guard at. So I will.
Have fun.
Yes, I will have lots of fun doing that. So I'll thank you all for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.